Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Leathur Rokk. What do you think of my new set? Thanks to Farmer Chuck for letting me use it. I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite subjects in the whole wide world, and that is marijuana. I'm lucky to live in a totally legal state, New Jersey, but I'm really interested in Washington, D.C., a place I love very much, and Maryland. And Maryland and Washington, D.C. have some new pot laws that I'm excited to tell you about. I don't have everything memorized, so I took notes. Some of this information is from NORML, and some of this information is from an organization in Washington, D.C. that's worked in the forefront of the legalization movement. I think they're called DC, not DC 420, I forget exactly what they're called, and excuse me for having a bit of a slip here. You know I inhaled ahead of time. But anyway, this is some accurate information. Now, as of January 1st, 2023, Maryland adults with up to 1.5 ounces of cannabis and or up to 12 grams of cannabis concentrates and or any cannabis product containing up to 750 milligrams of THC are subject to a civil violation punishable by no more than a $100 fine. It's no longer criminal. And adults who possess between 1.5 ounces and 2.5 ounces of flower and or up to 20 grams of cannabis concentrates, dabs and goodies, and or products with up to 1,250 milligrams of THC face fines of up to $250. Starting July 2023, adults in Maryland can now possess up to 1.5 ounces of cannabis flower and or 12 grams of cannabis concentrates with no penalties starting July. That means full legalization for Maryland. Maryland. I am so groovy, happy, excited for you. And of course, you are bordering Washington, D.C., which makes it safer for the Washington, D.C. people. Now, on to Washington, D.C. You've been watching my videos for a while. You know that I go there a lot, not since the pandemic, of course, and since things became unsafe for us Trump people, but I love Washington, D.C., and Washington, D.C. has a really weird situation because they are technically federal. They are not a state, and there's a lot of valid reasons why they shouldn't get state things, not least of which the fact that they would be Democrat, just like Puerto Rico would, and that would upset the balance of Democrats and Republicans. That's another story for another time. But Washington, D.C. went for legalization, but because it's federal property, it's federal, the federal seems to trump state laws, and it's really, really tricky. And now they technically only have medical, so you can get non-medically, but it's really, there's different ways of going about it, and I've covered that on earlier videos. Well, now the cannabis program for medical was expanded. They have these, they say all adults can self-certify. Instead of having to go to find a doctor that will say, this person has this and this and this medical things that I believe can be best treated by cannabis. And, you don't have to go through that. There was a time when it was really hard to find doctors. You would usually find somebody that was well-known. You give them a couple $100 and he would give you a script. And because a lot of doctors were afraid of risking their licenses. Well, now they're realizing that if you can give adults an option to self-certify, that gets rid of a big hurdle. Another thing is they have, one of the ways that people buy weed in Washington, D.C., if you haven't been there, they have these things called gift shops. Say you don't have a medical card. Okay, I don't have a medical card. And of course you have to have some money to do this. They have these gift shops where they sell t-shirts and stickers and other things at very high prices, like higher than concert prices, And what you do is you get your merchandise or your stickers or whatever, but you also get small amounts of marijuana. So you can buy yourself a nice eighth of whatever if you get a t-shirt and a pair of jeans and some stickers or something. They call it gift shops. And the thing is, there is a little bit of a lot of actually competition between the gift shop people and the people of the licensed medical marijuana places. It's sort of like whenever you have a new mode of public transportation, like the taxis, didn't like when people started with Ubers and things, and the trams here in Atlantic City are competition to the jitneys, and then you have the chair pushers, which felt that the trams are on competition to them. It's a similar thing. Airbnbs are a competition to hotels. Okay, it's a competition thing. Well, now having adults be able to self-certify in Washington is really groovy. That would mean that I could go there and I could self-certify. Of course, I believe in only, I think you have to be a resident of Washington, D.C. for this to qualify. I don't think that's going to help if you're an out-of-stater. Now, another thing, it said earlier residents average earlier residents of age 65 and older were able to self-certify they need medical marijuana. And hey, I do believe that our seniors should definitely, they often have been on the forefront of legalization things. I noticed it was the HIV/AIDS movement and senior citizens that were definitely on the forefront of the cannabis legalization, people that seem to need it the most. And since cannabis is medicine, emotionally and physically. Anyway, I wanted to share some good news with you. And what a groovy set, huh? Would you like to see more of the set? Here, check this out. This is, I didn't really do too much. I didn't want to move anything away from how it was. The real nice people. The only things of mine here are, of course, you recognize the hat and you recognize my lamp and my guitar and things, but everything else is theirs. And this is not the first video that I'm going to do here, but Happy New Year from me and my friends to you. And damn it, he didn't leave a lighter. I do have something in this bowl, and I have matches from, it says Atlantic City Cigar Company, and it says Tropicana Casino, Resorts Casino, whatever. And I don't think there's any matches in here. So I was going to take a hit, but I can't because there's no matches and I don't have any fire. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I am actively pursuing other formats to be on because I don't trust YouTube. I'm trying to get on Twitter because I want to have another means of communicating. If you want, find me on Facebook. I'm on MeWe. I'm on Pluspora, which is a diaspora spinoff, even though I haven't signed in eons. So find me wherever you see my name. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.